Today is day 12 of OC-tober! Today's prompt was weakness, so I decided to draw Laurier. Now if you watched yesterday's part, you would know that these little animal-eared people have powers, but not everything goes so smoothly. Every child gains this jewelry at the age of 8 via ritual. The details are a bit lengthy, but there are some complications that occur, making their jewelry a bit different to the average user's abilities. Complications are the minority and are usually seen on the beads colors, so when only one of the two colors are filled in. There are two variations of complications, partial power or none at all. Laurier has the second one. To sum it up, the user has no immediate access to their powers. I say immediate because depending on the user, they may have to awaken their powers instead of naturally gaining them. However, some people with this issue may never awaken them at all. There's no telling if a user can or can't awaken them, so it's up to pure chance. This type does have a few drawbacks, which I'll show in the drawing. This complication doesn't make Laurier a character that's very weak. He's great, but because of the circumstances he's in and the job he works, it makes it more of a double-edged sword situation. So one could call it weak by proxy. One of the only benefits to having this issue is that users with no powers cannot be corrupted. That's his biggest strength. Since the jewelry doesn't draw from anything until your powers are awakened, you're basically immune. So it's good for fighting against corruption. But things like being prone to more deadly injury or being more affected by the mind fog in the mindscape can definitely have its issues. Most normal folk don't have to worry about this, but since Lore's job kinda relies on hopping in and out of the mindscape, it can be a huge liability, especially when your opponent has higher immunity to your attacks. But that's what makes it interesting. Lore's found ways around it, like ranged weaponry, so he's not too up close and personal, but he's still been hit a few times here and there. He also uses more atypical ways of solving problems, since most people just rely on their powers or strengths in order to benefit them. But will he ever get his powers? Who knows? I don't think he'd mind too much either way. He's been without him this long. I think he can go a little more. Anyway, that's all for today. See you tomorrow for day 13! Cha-cha-chum!